Good day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we're doing just alright. So, you would know that Nigeria is facing trying times, let me say. Because I would always say, within this next 72 hours or within the next few days, I will be saying statements like Tinibu is facing the most trying times of his life. I don't think even when he was tried in the USA, he faced such trying times. Thanks for joining us. Now, I made a discovery, very, very strong one, and at this juncture, I would love to say that I think we've finally established the source of the, let me say, the quack certificate that Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu has been parading around as his official certified diploma set from Chicago State University. Alright, don't run off your seats, okay? Now, we're not talking about just certificate forgery here. We're also talking about identity theft, you know, and all that. So for Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu to take part in this heinous activity, it shows you that really there is no chance at all for him to escape this unless the Supreme Court are ready to play ball, which is always their prerogative. All right, now what am I trying to say? Let us try to establish the alleged source of Bola Ahmed Tinibu's fake diploma certificate together. All right, now let me return you a bit. Let me have a sort of flashback to the proceedings at the Presidential Elections Tribunal Court, or Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal Court, let me say. All right, now on your screen is a news caption. As you can see, sometime during the tribunal session, the counsel to Bola Ahmed Tinibu and Senator Kashim Shettima, that is Barrister Wole Olanipekun, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, one of the evidences he presented to the tribunal, to the Justice Haruna Samani-led tribunal, were 12 documents according to sources and according to what happened during the proceedings. Everybody was there. 12 documents, okay, that really were from Chicago State University. These documents were the all-in-all in Bola Ahmed Tinibu's academic records. All right, now, according to those documents, the academic records from Chicago State University, 12 documents in all, according to what happened during the court session, all right, were certified, listen, on the 28th day of June, 2023, okay? And it was announced, okay, that they were certified by one Mr. Jamal C. Orr, all right? Jamal C. Orr was at that time, June 28, 2023, the Associate General Counsel of the Office of the Legal Affairs in Chicago State University. All right, that means somebody from CSU actually authenticated and certified some of the documents, including whatever documents were given to this same man, Bola Ahmed Tinibu. All right, now let us establish the fact together. Mind you, sources revealed that Jamal C. Orr has been sacked. Yes, between June 2023 and now, Jamal C. Orr has been sacked. All right, let's forget about the sack right now. According to our sources, one Mr. Jamal C. Orr, a former Associate General Counsel of Chicago State University, gave Bola Ahmed Tinibu the certificate that he submitted to the Independent and National Electoral Commission, INEC. That means right from day one, the certificate was from him. When they needed authentication for the tribunal, they went back to him. And after they went back to him, he was sacked by CSU. Was that coincidence? I don't think so. Now, Jamal Orr, not too long after that, left the university. It was alleged that he left by mutual consent. Why would he leave now? If he was not sacked, why would he leave now that his alleged former student, who is now a president of a country or a president-select of a country needs him the most. Everybody needs to be there for any alumni or any alumnus that comes from their own institution, all right? Then all of a sudden, be it better opportunities, greener pastures, or let's say family issues, why will Jamal C. or leave Chicago State University, all right? Now, furthermore, the university, during deposition in front of Judge Jeffrey Gilbert, denied under oath, they denied under oath the certificate that Jamal Orr gave Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The question is, where indeed did Jamal Orr manufacture the certificate he gave Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and why was Jamal Orr asked to leave the institution after June 2023? Let's say plus or minus 3 to 4 months ago. Why? Okay, so I'm hearing lots of things in the public space, lots of respectable people that we actually throw allegiance, respect and honor to, including dignity, are coming out to say things that are actually unprecedented. What are they trying to say? People are saying when you go to school outside, around this side, you'll actually be allowed to design your certificate from a third-party vendor to your own taste. Really? Now, I want to ask, if it were an Atiku Abubakar, or if it were a Peter Obi that was entangled in this web of certificate forgery, identity theft, and supposed perjury, will this case be like this? Just for a statement that Atiku made some time ago, yes, let me not even go far. For a particular revealing video that one Mr. Michael Achimugu, an erstwhile media aide to Atiku Abubakar, came out to expose. I worked on that news and I brought you up this. There was Atiku Gates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the code name Michael Achimugu gave the Atiku exposition saga, all right? Just for that expose, the likes of Festus Keyamo, Femi Fani-Kayode, Bayo Onanuga, lots of them ran to the judiciary. Festus Keyamo petitioned the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, and he petitioned the Directorate for the State Security, DSS, to quickly effect the arrest of Atiku Abubakar, if not the fact that the DSS had sense. They had sense under Abdurrashid Bawa then, who is now incarcerated. They said no individual whatsoever can tell them what to do. And they decided to let sleeping dogs lie and not probe Atiku Abubakar. Deti Baba Ahmed and Peter Gregory Obi made statements. Specifically, Deti Baba Ahmed made a statement like, if at all Bola Tinubu gets to be sworn in on the 29th day of May 2023, that means democracy must have died. He insinuated just one thing: advocacy for democracy. Immediately, everybody from the APC camp called for his arrest. That he has committed what? Treason. Treason? How? Okay, so let's not really build a large house over this. Let's not make a big hill or a big mountain out of an anthill, okay? Forgery is forgery. Perjury is perjury. Identity theft is identity theft. I will still ask the question, who was Jamal C. Orr, and why was he asked to leave Chicago State University after June 2023? Well, I would ask the supporters and advocates of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to answer this. Then we can have a conversation. That is that on that particular update. Next on the list of my updates is something very, very strange. Of course, you've been following the trend of events. You know so much that lots of people are, showing their grievances over the certificate saga surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, let's be very, very straightforward, all right? Segun Showumi from the People's Democratic Party is a chieftain, of course. He is well known in the political space. He has come up to express his embarrassment, disgrace, and surprise in the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still allowed to work as a free man within the confinements of Nigeria, within the shores of Nigeria. To my utmost dismay and to his utmost dismay, Bola Ahmed Tinubu still occupies the most important seat in the land after a long case of certified forgery, perjury, and identity theft. Please stay tuned for Segun Showumi. I won't be able to say all the grievances he brought on board. Watch this video yourself. You're going to be shocked. More details after the break.
There are 40 million Yoruba people in the entire globe. That's the estimation. There are 222 million thereabout people in Nigeria. There are 93 million registered voters in Nigeria. The verdict that is in Ashad Bola Ahmed, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's hand, is by 8 million people. Shall all of us who are not part of that 8 million now say to ourselves that we are now at the proudest moment of our lives, wherein under deposition, documents are flying about, some saying female, some writing male, some saying he came with a social security number that is tied to a woman. Some, look, let me tell you, Shehu, I know a lot of people who spoke the Bola Tinubu presidency into power. People like my very respected brother Femi Fani-Kayode, who must have their tongue clipped now because they will be greatly embarrassed. That is this what we have really become? And you know, Shehu, the painful thing about it is that we want the entire country to pretend as if Atiku is now so guilty because he has the stamina and the gusto to go through all this. Even if nothing happens from the Supreme Court, and if something happens from the Supreme Court, would this not be a line that we should never cross in this country? And I need to put it to you, Shehu, Atiku, this is not the first time Atiku has put himself in harm's way just for all of us. Even if you can't remember any, even though there are a plethora of others and court cases in court, one of them being the fact that a governor cannot just get up in the morning and remove his deputy, a president cannot get up and remove his vice. It's down to Atiku and fighting. The one that all Nigerians must even take a bow for is that, do you know how Nigeria would have become if it was really possible for somebody to stay in power perpetually and somebody had to stand at third time when even generals in this country were mooted? If Atiku has gone to Chicago to go and find the certificate, pray, why wasn't the certificate produced in the first time? Why is the secondary school, why is it a secondary school that doesn't exist? We have been derobed. People in England are telling me now that nurses are going to have to go and redo their nursing qualification exam. You know why? Because we have now become a nation of cheaters. We have now become a nation of duplicitous people who cannot even, I mean, come on, even the back ends of some other countries. You know what the governments of the countries are doing? They're doing like this. They are whispering behind our back. And Shehu, when we wanted to go on this journey, one day I was on one of those programs I was being, I always try to speak fact. I tried to say to even the president then that is immortality in the villa, because the contraption and everything put together does not suggest that this is the best that Nigeria can put forward. And before you start telling me about any genius economic policies, the reality on ground does not even suggest so. That team that he has put together could have been put together for any other person that will carry the honor, the integrity. So do you know how I feel? I feel diminished. I feel that, oh, are these the children of Bafemi Awolowo? Are these the people that Abraham Adesoya and the likes of them in AD, did they know all this and allow it to slide? Must we now get to a position in the world where we're sending like thousands and thousands of emails to one institution to ask for the same record that could have been produced? Did you read the deposition? Even the school itself must bury his head in shame. The school has a right to say, this is totally the position we have, and be unambiguous about it. They can't write that deposition in a manner that in one breath you get the impression they are saying, oh, he's with us, he went to our school. In another breath they are saying, we can't validate the society certificate. In another breath they are saying, vendors did it. In another breath they can't find the person that signed it. In another breath
Alright, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. But the take home from that video was the fact that Segun Showumi felt embarrassed. Yes, this is unheard of. This is not even debatable, alright? We were here when one Mesoma, a particular student from Enugu State, domiciled in Anambra State, allegedly forged her JAMB result. The whole Nigeria wanted to eat her up. The whole Nigeria wanted to eat her up. Right now, because it has to do with the president, one almighty Bola Tinubu, nobody is saying anything, all right? Everybody is trying to advocate for it. If we allow this to go through or to go down well into history, posterity would never forgive us. How are we going to explain to our children that a once president of Nigeria was a certificate forger, identity thief, and a perjurer? This is absurd. Yes, and please mark my words, lots of people from the Nigerian political space will follow suit. They will forge certificates, and when they ask, they will refer to the case file of Tinubu versus Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. Mark this day. In another development, there is a particular video I'm going to show to you now. Now, this video has somebody that annoyed me. I am very, very annoyed at this man. I don't even know where this man is. I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he is from, but he claims to be a senior advocate of Nigeria. His countenance pisses me off. You know why? Because of his own view of this whole Tinubu certificate saga thing. Alright? Please, I don't like to let the cat out of the bag. I would like you to listen to this man. He calls himself Adeniyi Akintola, senior advocate of Nigeria. Maybe not all lawyers are really lawyers. Maybe some forged their certificate. People like this. Please watch this man. Stay tuned. When we come back, I think I will just tell you what the man had to say and what I felt was wrong about what he said. Alright?
The press conference or press briefing, and of course I've been busy this morning. In fact, we are busy writing our briefs on the rest of the same case. And I wouldn't know, because the gentleman that showed his face now, I never knew him as one of the counsel handling the matter for either of the parties. Thirdly, I wouldn't know which case he has ever handled in his life. Whether he has ever handled any constitutional matter, any election petition in his life. Because what we have been having over the months have been comments from even mechanics, painters, every Dick, Tom and Harry come around to comment on issues they knew nothing about. And that has been the bane of our own democracy, because our judicial system is becoming too media driven. And I've said this several times, that that is why you don't see us in television stations. If this is not related to issues that touches our clients, I would not be here. So when I was directed to say, okay, let me go there and listen to them. Because like I did say, I said I was going to set the ground rules. I will not sit down here and listen to anybody maligning any judge or insinuating any form of bias against any judge or justice.
Well, I can assure you that's not what we're here to do.
I won't countenance that. Secondly, the allegation is made. I wouldn't know whether you know the meaning of forgery at all. Who is alleging that? I've gone through the depositions he was referring to. There was nowhere, and I challenged him to point at a particular sentence that spoke of forgery.
Well, just to clarify.
Just a minute.
Right, sure.
He really went further to say nobody will be allowed to benefit from his illegality. At what stage have they discovered these illegalities? At what stage? That was not before the Court of Appeal, where we had the petition. That was not discussed. So I was coming here, I was going through their brief of arguments. There was nowhere where this issue was even mentioned in their brief. That was not canvassed at the court below. It was never raised. So we are waiting for them. It is for those who went on following the discovery, all we can say is good luck to them. They hold the money, their money, it's their time. But for us, we are waiting for them.
Well, just to be very clear, the deposition, what it said was that the university spokesman, the registrar, said that the documents that were submitted did not originate from them.
It was clear.
Yeah.
They don't keep such documents. And what we refer to will be rather as diplomatic. The university issues degrees the so-called diplomats are for ceremonial entertainment, and not many students bother to collect theirs. So when the PDP candidate and PDP, they were the one that presented that. They wanted it certified. They said they can't certify it. It's because it does not emanate from them. They could not even read between the lines.
Yeah, but you would agree, and I'll come to you in a minute, Mr. Mbenifu, but you would agree that I mean, I went to university.
Actually, I did.
Yeah, I mean, you would agree that a university, when it gives out,
yes,
when it authorizes someone
yes,
to publish its diplomas and certificates on its behalf, those things have guidelines. I mean, you can't just publish anything.
You see, they do.
They have to be, the signatures have to match, the colors have to match, the font has to match what the university says is the way it's going to be. So if it goes, I mean, I'm not taking sides with anybody. I'm simply saying
that... We're not this station for always taking sides.
No, we don't take sides.
We know that.
The one thing
I didn't say that
do is take sides.
If you say that you are going to interview me, I will stay here. I told your staff.
Okay, you've watched that man there, the so-called senior advocate of Nigeria. I have not seen him before. Yes, but he claims to be one of the councils, maybe the backbenchers of the APC, Bola Tinibu, or whatever. Now, let's establish the fact. He claimed that there was nowhere in the deposition that forgery was mentioned. He was even warning the man that said that, as if the man that said the truth was now the liar. Can you imagine? People like that, people like that are supposed to be arrested from the studio and taken away. Why will you come out publicly and advocate for theft? Why will you come out publicly and advocate for forgery and perjury? For what? He was even blaming Arise News for being a bias station. How? Because they are known for telling the truth? No. Such people are supposed to be incarcerated. Yes. Not innocent people. Not living criminals to wallow around government offices and government buildings. Okay? This is enough. Enough is enough. We must stand up and take up our country. Please, please, all the youths, wake up, take up the country. Because if you don't, there will be issues where we might as well go into extinction. And I'm afraid there might never be a Nigeria after this. Thank you so much for watching our updates. I hope you enjoyed this updates together. Before I go, I'd love to say something. Of course, you know what we always do. Like our videos, share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section, because when you do this, YouTube uses these algorithms to make us go very, very viral. And finally, if you're watching me for the first time, please tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, so that when I drop an update, you're going to be the first person to know. See you next time. Bye.